Once again, good afternoon. I'm Brian Winnikins, Farm Director at WRDN Radio in Durand. And we're back at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair on this Tuesday as we get ready for our Sheep Show. And the Sheep Show will be starting here in just a few minutes. And so sit back and relax. We'll get the Sheep Show underway here in just a few minutes. And if you missed the Hog Show from earlier today, you can watch that not only on our YouTube channel at Durand Broadcasting WRDN, but also as well on our Facebook page. It will be up there for, I think, 30 days is what Facebook allows. So if you missed that, you can also watch that as well sometime over the next 30 days or on our YouTube channel at Durand Broadcasting WRDN. Those of you watching on our Facebook page, put it in the comments. Let us know where you're listening to us or watching us from, as I'd like to see the farthest distance away. And from our Hog Show, it was Kermit, Texas, 1,352 miles away. There are the winners from the Hog Show. Dillon, Montana was second at 1,191 miles away. And Troy, Pennsylvania, 999 miles. Again, we have our Sheep Show here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. That's coming up in just a couple minutes.
Hello, my name is Adeline Frank, and I'm the 2025 Northern Wisconsin State Fair Fairest of the Fair attendant.
I'm Morgan Wirtz, and I'm the 2025 Northern Wisconsin State Fair Fairest of the Fair. We'd like to give you just the warmest welcome to our sheep show this afternoon. We're excited to see what these junior exhibitors bring. And I hope you guys have a great time, and good luck to all the exhibitors.
More than one ribbon to give up.
So we're gonna have on the shirt off. Okay. Yep.
If they're January,
They're winters.
they're winter, so
Okay.
we should bring in all the winter ewes.
Because they're listed on ours as,
Unspecified,
but then we have a winter ewe lamb class. So we think
If-
that
Are these all hams?
they should all be Hampshires.
So then, yeah, they should be with the winter ewe lambs if they're Januaries. Yeah.
You got problems?
Well, we have a question. So they're listed as unspecified.
we need a
Again, watching coverage of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Sheep Show, and we'll be getting everything here underway in just a couple minutes. Looks like they're working out some last details here, but thank you for joining us. And yes, those of you watching on our Facebook page, please, by all means, let us know where you're watching from. Right now, furthest away from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, Lynchburg, Virginia, at 1,049 miles away. Now, earlier during the Hog Show, the furthest away was Kermit, Texas, at 1,352 miles away from Chippewa Falls. So let us know in the comment section where you're watching from this morning. All right, and it looks like we're going to go back down to, are we? Okay, we might have a change here in what we're going to be doing first, and so we're going to have them come out. And then we'll get things underway here in just a moment on a beautiful Tuesday here in Chippewa Falls.
Here's your original of that. I got the copy.
Our first class here to start the sheep show is going to be Winter Ram Lamb class, and it's a Hampshire breed. And we have one entry, Arabelle Knuth.
No, I'm saying, so there's not an overall thing like there is for pigs, or? No, I'm saying for overall performance. Total performance? Total performance. Is there total performance?
And throughout the afternoon, we'll be thanking our video streaming sponsors as well.
We got a nice single entry ram lamb here to start off the class. Just a real powerful, heavily muscled ram from end to end. A lot of width and natural thickness to him. He does handle longer in the loin than I expected him to. I'd like to stretch him out on his length of side a little bit, but he is fairly long loined for the length of side he's got. So a real nice individual entry here for a blue ribbon to start off your Hampshire Sheep Show.
So it was Arabelle Knuth.
First blue exhibited by Arabella Knuth. Congratulations. Our next class entering the ring is our Winter Ewe Lamb class, still the Hampshire breed. And we should have 6 entries. Graham Wilcombe, Olivia Heidke, Aubrey Wilcombe, Arabella Knuth, Callie Jo Tuschel, and Irvin Tuschel.
Again, throughout the afternoon, we'll thank our video streaming sponsors, including the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. They are our sponsor of our video streaming service at realcountry1430.com. Also, please thank 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities and homes from the ground up. Find out more. Visit wwt.coop. Pierce Pepin Cooperative Services, your Touchstone Energy partner. Numbers R Us, your daily money managers in Durand. Find out how Rhonda, a daily money manager, can help your family and protect your family as well. Visit Rhonda online at numbersrus.com or visit her on Facebook. Just do a search for Numbers R Us. O'Galley Cheese Factory. Visit O'Galley Cheese Factory for all of your snacking needs. They feature cheese, locally made beef sticks, sausages, and more. And yes, they ship around the United States. They're open 7 days a week, Highway 25, Durand. Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture in rural communities. Visit Compeer.com for more information. Provisions Health of Durand, changing the way you experience health care. Visit provisions.health for more information. And Wisconsin Credit Union, serving members for over 80 years. You belong to us. Visit wisconsincu.org. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their website and drop them an email, or visit their business too. And please tell them thank you for supporting these video streams, because without their help, we would not be here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. So please thank all of our sponsors. We would really, really appreciate it, and they would appreciate it too. As we're in the Hampshire class here, first up on our sheep show, here from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair.
We want to welcome you again to the sheep show, the sheep exhibiting of the junior fair of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. I apologize. I myself am late to the show here, running some other hats that I wear, but I want to welcome Ann Lindo. She's our judge from the Chile area to be our judge today. And I know she has some family members as well who came along. So we welcome to Ann as well as her children who are in the audience helping out with it too. We appreciate all the sheep exhibitors and everyone who's helping in the barn today. Thank you for helping out. If you need someone who this is their first show or needs some extra help, we appreciate the encouragement and the help. Additionally, Mrs. Bergen, who's in the show ring right now, Mr. Dunnerbauer, Mr. Becker, as well as our department leads, Tammy Knuth and Kent Knuth. Thank you.
Let's put our hands together for this group of young exhibitors for a really nice class of lambs here. I want to put them along the back side of the ring here so everybody can see them as I talk about them and give everybody a chance to look at them. We're going to start with the young lady's lamb up here in the front of the class. Just kind of walks away with this class for me, just an all-around solid lamb, a lot of meat, muscle, enough femininity, enough extension to her to win this class. But there's your easy class winner for me. Then I'm going to follow with the young lady's lamb that most closely follows that. Probably a tick longer loined than what the first place lamb is, just not quite as put together structurally is correct for me. The young man's lamb standing here in third. Again, another lamb that follows the pattern of those two. Just like to change the way she moves on her back legs a little bit, lengthen her out if she was to get around the top two lambs. We fall into a lamb here in fourth place that most closely follows them. I really like this lamb, appreciate this lamb. Just doesn't have quite as much rib and body and capacity as the two above them. Then we get into two lambs here at the end that are really nice lambs in their own right. Just don't have the mass, the power, the meat, and the muscle, and the growth of the four lambs in front of them to move up in the class anymore.
First blue exhibited by Arabella Knuth, and second blue exhibited by Callie Jo Tuschel. Our next class should be Spring Ewe Lamb, Hampshire breed. Just the one entry, Macy Heidke.
Just a single entry here in the spring class. Again, a real nice example of a Hampshire slick-shorn market lamb type ewe. A lot of nice breed character about this ewe, long-loined, a lot of muscle, meat and muscle width throughout, not only down her top and through her rack, but also she's a wide-based, nice lamb. Good example of a Hampshire breeding ewe. And they tell me I'm supposed to introduce myself to everyone. My name is Ann Lindo. As Cindy said, we are from Chile, Wisconsin, which is just inside Clark County from Wood County. Kids are all in Wood County 4-H, have been showing since they were all able to walk, basically. They've been in the ring. I grew up showing sheep all my life. I started basically when I could walk. My grandparents had started the Lee Crest registered Suffolk flock in the 1970s before I was even born. Started as a 4-H project for my mom and her siblings. And I've kind of been hooked on sheep ever since I was little. My favorite part about Christmas at Grandma and Grandpa's was running to the barn. I didn't care about the presents under the Christmas tree. I wanted to go see what was in the lambing barn. And that's kind of where my love for the sheep had started. Grew up showing all my 4-H and FFA career and continued that with the kids. I judged livestock in college, meat animal eval team for UW-Madison, competed at the national contests in that as well, and have continued to raise the kids and the sheep on the farm. My husband and I are 7th generation. My daughter Jessica standing here in the ring with me. She's 6th generation. She's working on taking over the family farm. I'm going to continue with the sheep and the crops on the farm. So that's kind of my background, but I've been in the sheep show ring since I could walk. That was my highlight of the year, is going to State Fair and helping my grandparents show their registered Suffolks at State Fair. So that's a little bit about my background, and thank you for having me today.
So we're next going to award our champion and reserve champion Hampshire.
For our champion Hamp ewe, I'm going to stick with the pair of older ewe lambs that came out of the first class. They pair together real well. They both got a lot of good breed character to them, as well as natural rib capacity and a volume of meat and muscle. I think that pair stays together pretty nice for me for champion and reserve. Congratulations.
Grand champion Hampshire, exhibited by Arabella Knuth, and reserve champion Calijo Tushel. Congratulations, ladies. We're moving into our Dorset breed, and we just have one entry, Whitney Gotham.
Again, you're watching coverage of the 2025 Northern Wisconsin State Fair Sheep Show. Brian Winnekins, Farm Director at WRDN Radio in Durant. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Those of you watching on our Facebook Live feed, let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. Beaver Dam checking in once again. Also Lynchburg, Virginia as well. And so let us know in the comments section. We'd love to hear from you this afternoon. Thank you to Alcivia, a leading member-owned agriculture fuel cooperative serving Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois. And to find out more about the Farmer Commodity Pickup Program from Alcivia, just visit alcivia.com for more information. Security Financial Bank, Durand, River Falls, Eau Claire, Ladysmith, Bloomer, and Black River Falls. Visit them online at sfbank.com.
Just a single entry here in the Dorset class. She'll also be your champion Dorset ewe for today. Real nice, well-balanced ewe that's got a lot of rib capacity, but also has quite a bit of natural width and thickness and meat and muscle to her. Very nice Dorset ewe for your champion Dorset ewe. Congratulations.
Champion Dorset U, exhibited by Whitney Gotham. Congratulations. Our next class will be Winter Ram Lamb, and this is the Tunis breed, and there should be one entry, Arabella Knuth.
Nice single entry Tunis ram here as well. A lot of length, a lot of extension to this ram. Real clean, extended through the front end, and he's a very long-loined ram with stands on a good set of feet and legs as well. He's very structurally correct, well deserving of a blue ribbon today.
First blue, exhibited by Arabella Knuth. Next class is the Tunis Yearling Ewes, and we should have two entries, Avery Bovey and Arabella Knuth.
We would like to say thank you to Bauer Seeds and Service, your local Pioneer Seed and Pivot Bio dealer serving the Durand area. Visit BauerSeedsandService.com for more information. Sundstrom and Company Durand, your local tax experts. I know it's only July, but it's getting ready for end-of-year tax planning. Give Sundstrom a call at 715-672-4425 to schedule that appointment. NTech, your premier communications and entertainment provider. Durand and Dunn Energy, your Touchstone Energy partner. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting our video stream broadcasts from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Without the support of these businesses and also organizations, we wouldn't be here today. So please, please give our sponsors thank you email, thank you call, or visit their business and tell them thank you in person. And again, those of you watching on our Facebook page today, drop us a note in the comment section. Let us know where you're watching from. Love to hear from you this afternoon. We've had folks earlier today from Texas, Montana. We have Virginia today. Beaver Dam. We've had Colfax. We've had Cadott, Durand. So let us know. We'd love to. We're always curious to find out where folks are watching from.
We got two really nice Tunis yearling ewes here for the Tunis show. I'm going to start with the young ladies' ewe standing here. Just a longer sided, bigger, bolder ribbed ewe that's got a little more length and extension throughout. Stands on a little bit more circumference of bone than what our second place ewe is. Second place ewe is a real feminine, real pretty ewe, but like I said, I'd like to see her stand on a little bit more circumference of bone, give her a little bit rounder, a little bit more rib shape to her to compete with the first place ewe, but two really nice ewes. Congratulations.
First blue exhibited by Arabella Knuth, and second blue, the exhibitor is Avery Bovey. Congratulations. Our next class here is going to be the Winter Ewe Lamb, still the Tunis breed, and one entry, Avery Bovey.
We have a special guest that is here today, and I just want to give an introduction because I know there's a lot of parents that are in the audience as well as business sponsors. I know you're looking for like Carrie Underwood or someone, Luke Bryan or something. No, we have Brian Mackey, who's our incoming executive director. He officially begins January 1st, but he's been amazing, jumping in literally the week before fair to take all things fair. He does have event planning experience, business experience, but we are super excited to welcome on board. Rusty's amazing. Rusty will be here to the end of the year, but it's a great training transition. So I'm just going to have him say a couple of words, and if you see him out and about, introduce yourself. Whatever capacity you are, visitor, parent, sponsor, we all make this fair as amazing as it is. So I'll pass it to Brian.
Thank you very much, Cindy. Again, as she was saying, my name is Brian Mackey. M-A-K-I is the spelling on the last name. And it's just an honor and a privilege, and I'm very humbled to be the incoming director here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Association. I understand and I'm fully aware of the size of shoes that I need to try to occupy relative to Rusty's impending retirement. So I'm just blessed and honored again to be shadowing him for the next 6 months. And I also want to thank everybody here that participates. It's just a joy and very inspiring to see the smiles and to see the dedication and the passion and the love that everybody has for their respective animals. It's a learning experience for me, but I can certainly feel the love that you have for that. So I want to thank all of our sponsors and certainly everybody else that is a stakeholder and has a hand in putting on this wonderful event. I look forward to seeing you throughout the fair. And again, enjoy the rest of the week, and thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you.
Another really nice single entry here in this Tunis class, a real growthy, real long-bodied, extended ewe that stands on a nice circumference of bone and is structurally correct, very deserving of a blue ribbon.
Your exhibitor, first blue, Avery Bovey, and we need the first and second blue Tunises, as we will do our champion and reserve champion for the breed. It's not. Nope. That's my bad.
Let's give these two exhibitors a round of applause for some really nice Tunis ewes. We're going to stay here in the front line. I'm going to use your yearling as your champion. I'm a follower with the ewe lamb for your reserve. Just a real nice, well-balanced, stylish, eye-appealing ewe with a lot of rib. Nope, Jacob, this one. A lot of ribbon capacity for your champion ewe. I think the ewe lamb most closely follows that. Just a lot of ribbon capacity, a real growthy ewe lamb. By the time she gets to the point where the yearling is next year, I think she's going to be a notch better than what the second place yearling is. That's why I'm using her for reserve. Congratulations.
Grand champion Tunis, Arabella Knuth, and reserve champion Avery Bovey. Let's give them a round of applause. Next, we'll be moving into the grades and crossbreeds. We should have 3 entries in the yearling U class: Callie Jo Tuschel, Irvin Tuschel, and Cheyenne Millerman.
We got 3 crossbred ewes here in this class that is give and take for me. There's not one ewe that comes out here and handily wins it. I'd like to preface by saying I'd like to change all 3 of these ewes structurally. I do not like the way they move off their rear wheels especially. They're all way too tight, way too short-strided. I'd like to change that about all 3 of them. So then where do you go from there? I started with the powerful ewe, the ewe with the most meat and muscle, the most power. And this ewe just is the combination of that for me. Again, like I said, I'd like to change the way she structurally moves. I'd like to level out that top. I'd like to free up that rear wheels on her and get her moving out across the ring easier, and then I think she would win this class a little bit more handily. The ewe in second is the one that most closely follows her. Again, she's a little bit heavier muscled than the third place ewe. She does give up some ribbon capacity, some body to the third place ewe, and that's what I really like about this third place ewe, and I contemplated using her, but she is the lightest muscled of the 3, so that kind of lands her in third place. But she does have a lot of rib, a lot of body, a lot of capacity to her. But again, she's very short-strided off those rear wheels, very tight, likes to roach up in her top when she moves around the ring. Again, 3 good ewes in their own right. Just things I'd like to change about all of them, but congratulations on a nice class.
First blue exhibited by Cheyenne Millerman, and second blue exhibited by Callie Jo Tuschel. Congratulations. Our next class, grades and crossbreds, winter ewe lambs, and we should have 4 entries: Avery Bovey, Cheyenne Millerman, Aubrey Wilcom, and Graham Wilcom.
Here we got one lamb in this class here that kind of just outpowers everything else, and that's why she lands herself at the top. Again, structurally, she's good. She's better than what the yearling ewes were. I'd still like to free her up just a little bit on those rear wheels, but just a lot of power, a lot of capacity to this ewe. Easy place, logical place for me to start. Then we get into 3 ewes. It's give and take. I chose to use the extension and the pretty of the blue ewe lamb here in second place. She just really freaky extended through that front end, really long necked. I'd like to power this ewe up. I'd like to give her a little bit more substance of bone. I'd like to give her more rib, more capacity, just more natural muscle to her if she's going to compete with the ewe in front of her. But a really extended, really pretty ewe standing in second hole. Then we got a pair of lambs here at the end. They got more mass, more power to them, just don't have the pretty, don't have the extension to them, don't have the style and the balance. They do have a lot of rib and capacity to them, but just not enough to compete with the ewe in the front of the line. Congratulations on a nice class.
First blue exhibited by Cheyenne Millerman, and second blue exhibited by Avery Bovey. Next class, sticking here with our grades and crossbreds, should be our spring ewe lambs, and looks like 2 entries, Haven Bovey, I should say, and Whitney Gotham.
We got 2 very different lambs here in this class. I'm going to choose to use the muscle and the power, the substance of bone in the first place lamb. There's some things I'd like to change again structurally about that lamb as well, but the second place lamb just gives up too much size, power, too much natural width and thickness, volume of muscle, and circumference of bone to the first place lamb, but 2 really nice lambs for your youngest class here in the crossbred division.
First blue exhibited by Whitney Gotham, and second blue Haven Bovey. And we need all champion and reserve champion females so we can do our presenting of the grand champion and reserve champion female.
Let's put our hands together for the crossbred exhibitors, a nice group of ewes out here. For me, I think it's going to come down to the individual I feel is the most structurally correct. That's going to be your winter ewe lamb. I think she moves the freest and the easiest of these top 3 ewes, so she will be your champion ewe. I'm going to follow her with the yearling ewe for reserve. Congratulations.
They're both Cheyenne.
The champion and reserve champion crossbred female exhibited, both of them by Cheyenne Millerman. Congratulations.
So breeding is done.
So we'll be doing our supreme champion female. So again, we need all champion and reserve champions.
All right, so I've got.
I'll take the. You should see from my I will show that that's
Going to be naming our Supreme Champion female here coming up.
great. My sister Columbia's did well, and some of our friends.
Reminder, tomorrow morning we continue our coverage from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair with the beef show tomorrow. Our coverage will begin just before 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Let's put our hands together for these breeding sheep kids. This is my favorite part of the show. This is where my love lies, is in the breeding sheep division of the show. This is what my kids do. This is what we live for, the breeding sheep. We have 10 different breeds at home. You ask my oldest daughter, Jessica, over there. She can rattle all 10 of them off. I probably could too, but I got to think about it a little longer than she does. So for me, this is where the entire sheep project lies and where it starts. Because without the breeding animals at home to produce the market lambs, you really don't have a market lamb project or a program, because you got to have these animals at home that are reproducing, raising lambs for you, and continuing your project in the future. For me, this is a pretty easy decision in my mind, and I think the reserve is a logical second behind that. So let's put our hands together. I'm going to go shake the hands of the champion and then the reserve. Congratulations to all the exhibitors.
Supreme champion female and reserve champion female, both exhibited by Arabella Knuth. Congratulations. Yep, and we'll give you guys 5 or 10 minutes here to switch out here our breeding to our market class. So if I look on my watch, let's say 3 o'clock, we're ready to rock and roll with our market sheep.
And we will keep the stream right here as well as we'll continue on with the market classes of sheep here coming up in about 10 minutes or so. So stick around. We'll have the market classes here coming up. And so once the market classes are done and our grand and supreme champion are named, that's when we'll step away for the day. We'd like to say thank you to our sponsors as well of our video streaming. Thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. They are our sponsors of our video streaming service at our website at realcountry1430.com. Also, thank you to 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telcom, building smart fiber optic communities and homes from the ground up. Find out more. Visit wwt.coop. Pierce Pepin Cooperative Services, your Touchstone Energy partner. Numbers Are Us, your daily money managers. Find out how Rhonda, a daily money manager, can help your family with your personal finances and also protect your family as well from fraud and more. Rhonda is also bonded and insured. You can find out how a daily money manager can help you out. Visit numbersrus.com or visit Rhonda on Facebook. Just do a search for Numbers Are Us. So Galley Cheese Factory, for all of your snacking needs, Highway 25 Durand, locally made beef sticks, sausages, and more. And yes, they ship nationwide too. That's O'Galley Cheese Factory, Durand. Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture in rural communities. Visit Compeer.com for more information. Provisions Health Durand, changing the way you experience health care. Find out more. Visit provisions.health. And Wisconsin Credit Union, serving members for over 80 years. We belong to you. Visit wisconsincu.org. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and please tell them thank you for supporting our broadcasts, our videos here from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Without their help, we wouldn't be able to be here. So please thank them for their support. Again, we have the Market Lambs coming up. And that'll start here in about 7 minutes or so. We're going to keep the video stream running, so stick around as the 2025 Northern Wisconsin State Fair Livestock Show continues.
Our first market lamb class are going to be lambs weighing from 92 pounds up into 110. And our exhibitors in Class 1 include Aubrey Wilcom, Avery Bovey, Adeline Peterson, Natalie Lazuski, Cheyenne Millerman, Abigail Sikora, and Whitney Gotham. As our first class here enters the ring, let me take a moment just to thank some of this year's show sponsors. So if you visit any of these places, please thank them for their sponsorship. Chippewa Farm Service, Security Bank, Next Gen Power Sports, Wisconsin Credit Union, Rooney Grain, Security Financial Bank, and Dirk's Farms Beef.
let's put our hands together for his first class of market lambs here. It's a lot of give and take in this class. There ain't one that comes out and wins it. I think this black lamb here to start the class, or blue lamb, puts the most of the best together for me. I'd like to see this lamb another 20 pounds heavier, and I think it could be very, very, very competitive at a lot of levels, but it's a really nice lamb, just a logical place for me to start. Then I get into two lambs that kind of pair up real well. I'm using the lamb in second over the lamb in third, just a little bit more natural width, a little bit more rack shape to him. But a lamb that, the second place lamb, just the one that most logically follows the first place lamb. Third place lamb, again, closely follows that second lamb, just not quite the rack shape, the meat and muscle to him. The fourth place lamb, a real stylish, real balanced lamb. I'd like to get that lamb another 25, 30 pounds on him. He's really green right now. He just needs more time on feed and more weight on him, and I think he's going to give that blue lamb at the front of the line a real run for his money. But right now, he's just not there today. He's a little bit washed out, doesn't have the fresh handle to him. He doesn't have the expression over the top, over the rack, and doesn't carry as much meat and muscle down through the lower leg as what the three lambs in front of him. We got three more production-oriented lambs here on the end. The fifth place lamb here of these three is the most finished lamb, the most market-ready. Maybe not the thickest of the three, but I think he's there today as far as being more market-ready than the other two. These other two lambs here, again, lambs that got some natural width and thickness, just need a little bit more time on feed, more style, more balance, a little bit more size to compete with the lambs in front of them today. But congratulations on a nice class.
First blue in that class, exhibited by Cheyenne Millerman, and second blue, exhibited by Natalie Lazuski. Our next market class here are the market lambs weighing 112 up to 120 pounds. Our exhibitors include Irvin Tuschel, Catherine Lang, Natalie Lazuski, Blake Sikora, Haven Bovey, Addie Peterson, and Callie Jo Tuschel. I'll thank some more of our show sponsors here. Real Country, Johnson Tractor, Wisconsin Farmers Union, Festival Foods, CRI, and Maury's Auto Group. Again, if you visit those businesses, please tell them thanks for their continued support.
Let's put our hands together again for a really nice, solid class of market lambs from top to bottom here. I'm going to start with this young lady's lamb here at the top of the class. Just the combination lamb for me. He's got the meat, he's got the muscle, he's got the power. He's structurally correct. He moves on a good set of feet and legs. Just a logical place for me to start. Then I'm starting to kind of to pick through things. I'd like to change the second place lamb structure a little bit, but he most closely follows the muscle pattern, the shape, the design, the style, and the balance of the first place lamb. I'd like to change the way he moves on his rear wheels, level out that top, bring that loin back down into him if I was going to change him. Third place lamb, again, fits really well with that front pair of lambs. I'd like to see him dock shorter, and I think that would change the way he looks a little bit. He looks like he rounds off in his hip, but he really is fairly square. If he was shorter docked like the first two lambs, I think that would be a lot more evident. But a real nice, solid lamb here in third. He does carry a tick more condition than the first two lambs, but a logical place to go with third. The lamb in fourth here, I'd like to see him shorn like the front two lambs, and I think he'd have a lot more style, more eye appeal of the front two lambs. He'd show off a little bit more of that expression of muscle that he truly does have. He is a thicker made lamb than the blue lamb that stands right behind him. The blue lamb is a real pretty stylish lamb. Just like to give him a little bit more power, a little bit more rack shape, a little bit more muscle, especially down through the lower portion of his leg and into his twist, to get him to compete with the lambs above him. But today he just kind of washed out, doesn't have that expression of the lambs in front of him. The next lamb here, again, like to thicken him up, stouten him up a little bit to compete with the lambs above him. The lamb that rounds out this class just needs more natural thickness, more volume of muscle to him to compete. Congratulations on a nice group.
First blue exhibited by Callie Jo Tuschel, and second blue exhibited by Irvin Tuschel. Class 3 market lambs should be entering the ring, and these lambs weigh 122 pounds up to 128 pounds. Our exhibitors include Josie Johnson, Graham Wilcom, Callie Jo Tuschel, Aubrey Wilcom, Cheyenne Millerman, and Abigail Sikora.
Watching coverage of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair's Sheep Show for 2025. I'm Brian Winnekins from WRDN Radio in Durand. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. Those of you watching on our Facebook page, we'd love to hear from you this afternoon. Let us know where you're watching the show from. And thank you to some of our sponsors as well. Without these folks, we wouldn't be able to bring you today's show, including Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture in rural communities. Visit Compeer.com for more information. O'Galley Cheese Factory for all of your snacking needs, featuring cheese, locally made beef sticks, sausages, and more. And yes, they do ship nationwide. Visit them online, or you can also visit them. They're open 7 days a week, Highway 25, Durand. Numbers Are Us, your daily money managers. Rhonda can help with your budgeting with the family finances, paying bills, and also protecting the family as well from fraud. She's bonded and certified. Find out how a daily money manager can help your family. Visit numbersareus.com or visit Rhonda on Facebook. Just do a search for Numbers Are Us. Pierce Pepin Cooperative Services, your Touchstone Energy partner. And please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, tell them thank you for supporting our broadcasts. Without their help, we wouldn't be here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. It's the 2025 Sheep Show in the third class of our market lambs. We have 6 classes in total. We'll name our supreme champion as well. And at the end of that, that's where we will step away then after the market classes are all done for the day. And we'll be back tomorrow morning for the beef show at 9 o'clock.
Let's put our hands together for this group of lambs. A group that, for me, sorted in my mind quite easily. The young lady's lamb sorts its way to the top. Just a real powerful, real muscular lamb from front to back. Got a lot of rack shape, got a lot of lower leg muscle to him, and he's finished fairly well for me as well. The lamb in seconds, the lamb most closely follows that. Gives up some natural thickness, some of that width and power over the top, as well as muscling down into the lower leg. My decision here in this class was the third and fourth lambs. I think these are the 2 closest lambs in the class. Just give and take. The black lamb stand in third, just a notch longer sided, longer loined than what the 4th place lamb is, but otherwise 2 very similar lambs in third and fourth. Round out the class with a pair of lambs, just don't have the volume of muscle and the power of the lambs in front of them to move up. Thank you.
First blue exhibited by Callie Jo Tuschel, and second blue exhibited by Cheyenne Millerman. Our next class, market class 4, these lambs weigh 130 pounds up until 134. Our exhibitors include Catherine Lang, Blake Sikora, Whitney Gotham, Hope Ellenbecker, and Olivia Heidke.
Again, I want to share appreciation to the many volunteers who help make our fair happen. All day long, you've been seeing parents, you've been seeing teachers, you've been seeing volunteers, especially helping to make what we do put together from the behind-the-scenes logistics, as well as help mentoring the exhibitors that we have today. I do want to give a shout out and thank you to the department lead, Kent Knuth, who is here on behalf of obviously being a mentor and a volunteer, but also as an employee of Bush Baked Beans. And the reason why we say that who are their employers is because the employer is also very supportive to have many of these exhibitors, many of the leaders and volunteers either have pay for the week or be able to support their involvement with their children throughout the fair week, as well as the fair itself. So we appreciate Kent as well as Bush Baked Beans as an employer. Also the FFA advisors who are here, Mr. Dunnerbauer from Stanley Boyd, Mr. Becker from Cadott, and Ms. Bergen here from Chippewa Falls. So we appreciate everybody helping, especially those parents and older members who are in the barns right now with the behind the scenes, especially working with younger youth to have the great shows we do. So we can give a quick round of applause to everyone. We appreciate it. Also, meet animal program members. I know we have breeding and market happening here today, but Lisa Marie Photography is our hired judge through your map payments that you make here too, so she'll be able to take pictures of your map animal. She's obviously wearing a couple different hats throughout the day here, so during showmanship time, she will be back in the corner to take your picture and more than willing to share it with you when we had the link after the show. So thank you for her as well being here.
Got another class here that, in my estimation, sorts fairly readily. The lamb in the front of this class just kind of works its way to the top pretty handily for me. It's the heaviest muscled, it's the most expressive in that muscle, and it's probably the trimmest of the lambs out here. The lamb in second, that's where it gets beat. I really like this lamb. I'd like to give him a little bit more extension to him, but he's carrying a little bit more condition than what the first place lamb is, but a real nice pair of lambs start this class. The Suffolk Market lamb standing here in third is probably one of the better Suffolk Market lambs I've seen in a while that actually looks like a true Suffolk. The only thing is I'd like to trim that lamb up. I'd like to firm him up and freshen him up, and I think he could compete with the lamb at the front of the line here. Just a real balanced, nice, heavily muscled lamb. Just a little bit extra condition on him today to compete with the two lambs in front of him. Fourth place lamb just kind of logically falls there, gets outpowered by the lambs in front of it. Doesn't have quite the style and the balance, doesn't have the trimness of the front two lambs. The lamb in fifth here rounding out your class just needs more natural width, more rack shape over the top, more width and dimension of muscle down through the lower leg. Nice group of lambs. Thank you.
First blue exhibited by Olivia Heidke, and second blue exhibited by Whitney Gotham. Our market class 5, these lambs weigh 135 pounds up to 138. Our exhibitors include Macy Heidke, Arthur Lang, Elizabeth Rachek, Arabella Knuth, and Olivia Heidke.
I would also not give credit where credit is due if I didn't give appreciation to 3 exceptional non-Chippewa County exhibitors in the ring, but they show amazingly at Central Wisconsin, their own county fair. Jessica, Justine, and Jacob are 3 children of our Judge Ann. And I've known Ann myself personally since college, and the egg is in the blood, but these 3 individuals are amazing on and off in the show ring themselves, personally and professionally. So we appreciate their help today, helping Mom, but also helping the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Thank you.
let's put our hands together again for a really nice class of lambs. This is probably the deepest class all day. A really nice set of lambs here. The lamb that wins it is the combination lamb for me. He's structurally correct. He's sound on his feet and legs. He's extremely powerful. He's got the most natural width, the most mass and power through that rack right on down through his hip and his lower leg. The lamb in second here is a lamb that is more like the lambs I showed when I was a kid. He's got a lot more extension to him. He's a lot prettier. He's a lot more elevated than what your first place lamb is. He just gives up the pure power and the pounds of product to the first place lamb. But a really nice lamb standing in second with a lot of style, a lot of balance to him. The two lambs standing here in third and fourth, very similar made, very powerful lambs. When you run into a group of lambs that are this good, these top four, I'm sorting them on structure. That's where these two lambs get beat. I need to change the way they move on their rear wheels, especially the third place lamb. He's extremely tight, extremely short strided, but he beats the fourth lamb in just pure power and pounds of product. He's got a lot more natural width from the rack on back. He's a lot more muscle down through the lower portion of his leg into his twist. Fourth place lamb, he does have a little bit more style, a little bit more structurally correct than the third place lamb, just not quite the power and the amount of product in him as what the third place lamb does. We round out the class with a lamb here that just doesn't have the freshness, the firm handle of the lambs in front of him. A lot of power down the top, a lot of natural rack shape and width to him, just gives up pure power and firmness, freshness to the lambs in front of him. But a really nice deep group class of lambs here. Congratulations to all of you.
First blue exhibited by Arabella Knuth, and second blue exhibited by Elizabeth Rachik. Our sixth and final market class here are the lambs weighing from 139 pounds up to 178. Our exhibitors include Macy Heidke, Arabella Knuth, Irvin Tuschel, Julia Johnson, Hope Ellenbecker, Arthur Lang, and Elizabeth Rachik. Just a reminder to all first and second blue market lambs that you should be getting your animals ready. All first and second blue market animals, please be getting your animals ready.
And this is our 6th class of Market Lambs, and then we'll be naming our Grand and Reserve champions as well here coming up. And then that will conclude our coverage from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair for today, and we'll be back tomorrow starting at about 9 o'clock or so for the beef show. And again, thank you to all of our sponsors, those of you watching today. Sure like to hear from you in the comment section and our Facebook page. Just let us know where you're watching from. We're always curious about that. Again, tomorrow, first official day of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. And again, we'll be here for the beef show tomorrow at about 9 o'clock on Thursday. It's first up is the dairy show, and then on Thursday evening is the livestock auction as well from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Plus, for you dairy folks, we will also have coverage of the open class dairy show on Sunday morning as well. So we still have a lot of video streaming coverage here coming up over the next few days from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair here in Chippewa.
Let's put our hands together for this group of exhibitors with these heavy lambs here. This class for me is give and take. You got 3, 4 real powerful lambs up front here. The lamb for me that wins it's just kind of the combination. He's real thick, he's real powerful. He is carrying a little excess condition, but not terrible. So he just kind of, for me, walks his way to the top. The lamb in second really closely follows that. Maybe not quite as wide over the top, maybe not quite as much muscle down through the lower portion of his twist. The lamb in third is kind of the outlier of the bunch. He's either going to go first or third. He's got a little bit more extension. He's got a little bit more weight and size to him, obviously, so he's got more pounds of product. But I think he's overdone. I think he's carrying a little bit too much fat to get over the top of the 2 lambs in front of him, but a really nice, extended, stylish lamb to stand in third hole. Lamb in fourth, again, closely follows the first 2 lambs, just doesn't have quite the power of the mass of what the first 2 lambs in front of him, and even the third place lamb doesn't have the length and extension to get over them. Fourth place lamb kind of logically falls there for me. Got a lot of length, a lot of extension to him. Just doesn't have the firm, fresh handle, the power of the lambs in front of him. Round out the class with 2 lambs. Again, just need a little bit more with more power and need to be firmed up and freshened up to move up because they are carrying a little bit more condition than what the 5th place lamb is, and that's why they end up below him. But congratulations on a real nice class.
First blue, exhibited by Arabella Knuth, and second blue, exhibited by Macy Heidke. Congratulations. Just a reminder, we need all first and second blues ready to go.
Again, this is the champion round.
let's put our hands together for these market lamb exhibitors. I went and shook the hand of your champion. I just think that lamb for me puts the most of the best together. I really like the heavyweight lamb that she was on the head of, but that lamb is a much trimmer lamb. To me, that's my logical champion for today. When I come down to reserve champion, it gets a little closer, but I'm going to go with your lamb out of class 4 here for your reserve champion. I think he closely follows that pattern. He's real trim. He's real heavy muscled. Congratulations on a great market lamb show to all the exhibitors.
Reserve was Olivia. Your champion, grand champion market lamb exhibited by Arabella Knuth, and the reserve champion market lamb exhibited by Olivia Headkey. Congratulations.
And so, congratulations to Arabella Knuth and Olivia Headkey, our grand champion and reserve champion market lamb exhibitors. So we are going to be stepping away now as we wrap things up from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Please thank all of our sponsors that we've been talking about throughout the day. Today we will return tomorrow morning for the beef show, and that will begin just shortly before 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, not only on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, but also our streaming video page at our website at realcountry1430.com. From the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, I'm Brian Winnikins. Have a great evening.